Yesterday's video focused on the first 12 verses of the 12th chapter of Mark and how we're trying to make sure we're able to hear God's calling. Well, today we're going to focus on the next 5 verses, 13 through 17, where Mark helps us answer the question, what if we don't feel equipped to handle God's calling when we hear it? Now, sometimes I know we may feel like we're stuck in the middle of a riddle because we are lacking confidence. Well, you know what? That's okay, because I know someone who has the answers. So to help us get there, I'm going to focus on a hot topic of today that deals with college sports. In 2017, a U.S. appeals court upheld a lower ruling that college athletes could control their name, image, and likeness. Now, for college students today, and also the colleges, that means they have a lot of adjusting to do. They actually have to start thinking in new ways. But as our gospel reading today reminds us, that although this is new for college sports, the debate over image and likeness was addressed almost 2,000 years ago. If you open your Bible to the 12th chapter of Mark to read today's gospel passage, you will see the top of the heading, the question about paying taxes. You see, in Palestine, it's important to understand that there are many opposing groups, which Jesus mentions two here today, the Pharisees and the Herodians. These two stand very apart when it comes to political views, but closer together in their opposition to Jesus. The Pharisees opposed the Roman rule and occupation of Palestine, whereas the Herodians were more sympathetic to the Roman government of Israel because it was happening through the Herodian dynasty. Now, even like today, taxation was a very sensitive and political explosive issue for Jews in the New Testament era. Jesus' opponents thus tried to trap him once again for choosing one side of this taxation issue. The dilemma they posed appeared to be inescapable for Jesus, because Jesus, if he agreed with the tax, he would lose credibility with majority of Jews, who were embittered by the Roman rule. But on the other hand, if he rejected the tax, all they would have to do is report him to the Roman governor to instigate a rebellion. To answer the riddle, Jesus focused on 2 words, whose likeness. He first addressed Caesar, likeness that was stamped on a coin for tax, and stated that it should be given to him as it is rightfully his property. Then he addresses God's image and likeness, which is stamped on every human person, even Caesar's. Then even takes it a step further by placing everything in its rightful order, first agreeing that it is important to live up to our obligation of civic responsibilities. But it is more important for all of us, including Caesar, to give back to God what is his, and that is our lives. Jesus not only escaped this inescapable, but he also was able to remind those present and us today that we are all wonderfully made in God's image. And that is where our true identity comes from. As easy way to think about it is from the Baltimore Catechism, that God made us to know him, to love him, to serve him in this world, and to be happy with him forever in the next. Things of this world belong to Caesars of this world, but we are not made of this world. We were meant to spend eternity in the next, one day, face to face with God. So today, if the world makes you feel like you are stuck in a riddle and can't answer it, just remember to turn to God, because not only does he have all the answers, but he is the answer.